Hi third graders, today is Thursday, April 23rd, and we are going to be continuing with lesson 25. We're on 25.2. If you're following along in your hard books, you're on page 544. So today we're going to be continuing with the same objective as yesterday. It's to model division of two-digit numbers with regrouping. Mr. Vega collects baseballs. He wants to divide 64 baseballs equally among his 4 children. How many baseballs will each child get? They set the division problem up as 64 divided by 4. So you can go ahead and work that division problem, or you can break it apart by drawing base 10 blocks like the video showed you yesterday. So if you need a reminder, please go back to yesterday's lesson and play the video that I had on there for you guys yesterday. If you need a friendly reminder of how to do the division with the base 10 blocks. But we're going to go ahead and go through this example. It says first use the base 10 blocks to show 64. They went ahead and showed you that. They have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and the 1, 2, 3, 4 to signify the ones place of the 4. It says divide the 6 10 blocks into 4 equal groups. If you remember yesterday in the video how he told you to draw those rectangles so you can place them into equal groups. So we have 4 sort of rectangles here. And they divided it into 4 equal groups because that's what you're dividing by. So they put 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one there. They've got the 2 left over because you only have 4 places to put it, and you got to do it equally. You can't just put 1 here and 1 here. If they can't go in equally, you got to leave them to the side and regroup them. Step 3 says to regroup the 2 leftover 10s as 21s. 21s plus 4 ones equals 24, so that's what they did. Like yesterday in the video, it showed you to take those leftover 10s to break them down into 1s. So once you break them down into 1s, then you would divide those 24 1s into those 4 equal groups, and that's what they did here. And their solution is each child gets 16 baseballs, because 64 divided into 4 is 16. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that problem if I was just going to divide it. So if I had 64 divided into 4, you would say 4. Can 4 go into 6? Yes, it can. How many times? It can go 1 time. And 1 times 4 is 4. Once you subtract that, you get 2 left over, and you got to bring down your 4, and you get 24. Now, how many times would 4 go into 24? It'll go 6 times. And I know that because 6 times 4 equals 24. I'm sorry, I kind of ran it in over there. So then you'd have no remainder because you'd have 24, and 24 minus 24 is 0. I'm going to go ahead and show you a funny little method. It's does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers raw? And what this is, oh, there it is. It says, does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers raw? And it's a funny little saying. You're going to get a piece of paper in your packet. Sorry. You're going to get a piece of paper in your packet that looks like this. And it says, does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers raw? This is a friendly reminder in the steps that you need to take to divide more than 2-digit numbers, 2 digits or more numbers with dividing. So it says, does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers raw? And what it is does is divide. McDonald's starts with an M, so it's multiply. Sell is subtract. Cheese is to check. Burgers would be bring down. And then the R at the bottom for raw is repeat or remainder. And I'll show you those steps. Okay? So our first step when we're dividing is to divide. So I need to D for divide. That's step 1. Check. 2 can go into 5. How many times? It's going to go in 2 times. My next step is to multiply. 2 times 2 is 4. Check. Next step would be to subtract. So I'm going to subtract the 5 minus the 4, which gives me 1. Now I'm going to check. Can 2 go into 1? Let's mark that off. Can 2 go into 1? No, it can't. So if I checked it and it can't be divided into it, I need to go to my next step, which is to bring down that next number. So I'm going to bring down the 17, or the 7 to make 17. Now I brought that down. Now you either repeat all these steps all over again or you have a remainder. Well, I can still divide, which is step 1. So I'm going back to repeat. I'm having to repeat all my steps again. So now 2 goes into 17, 8 times, sorry, I drew a blank there. And 8 times 2 is 16. So I've done, again, I've divided, I've multiplied my next step. Now I have to subtract. 17 minus 16, sorry, I'm running out of room, is 1. I'm going to write it over here, is 1. Okay, so I subtracted. I'm going to check. Do I have any more numbers to bring down? Do I have any other? No, I don't. I have nothing else to bring down, so check, check, and I'm going down here, and I have a remainder of 1. So it's 28 with a remainder of 1. This is just it's a cool, funny little thing. Does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers raw? To help you remember the steps in your multiplying process. So again, you'll have this piece of paper. You should have it already in your little packet with you, and you can use this when you're dividing to help you go on to those next steps if you forget. So go ahead and look at today's homework. You should be on your page 233, 234 of your homework packet. You know what? Actually, I have a video. Hold on. I have a little McDonald's video, I believe. Let me check. Alright, I just thought it was a cute little video to add in there. Now the one thing in the video that they don't have is raw. That's a step that I've included in your little packet because you do need to repeat or look for a remainder. So ours is, does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers raw? I added the raw for remainder or to repeat your steps over again. But I just wanted to show you that cute little video. I thought it was cute. So go ahead and look at your homework packet, and you should be on page 233 of your homework packet. And it should look like this. It's very similar to yesterday's homework. You're going to start with the number, which is 36. You're going to divide it into 3 equal groups. And they have 36 divided by 3 equals 12. That's your problem. And your quotient, which is the number in each group, is 12. You're going to go ahead and do that for the remainder of the problems. And since it's very similar to yesterday, I'm not going to do any of the problems for you. I think you can do it. So go ahead and make sure you do 84 divided by 4. Give me the quotient and just show me what the division problem should look like over here. When you're done with it, again, you can take a picture of it, send it to your teacher, or you can hold on to it for the turn-in day. Bye, guys. Have an awesome day.